All right, guys, on this episode of Table One Podcast, we have Brandon Estrada, famed son of Eric Estrada from Chips.
Famed pole vaulter, famed jazz musician, and semi-famed poker player.
Yeah, it's a shame he's not that good looking. So we just wanted to do this little intro for the pod because we filmed this in my garage and I left the air conditioner on for the first 5 minutes of the video. So after about 5 minutes, when Justin starts asking him about his pole, it fixes itself and the audio gets good again. So just bear with us for those first 5 minutes and enjoy this ride through
The pole. The podcast.
Yeah. Enjoy this pole ride. Podcast ride.
Me and my buddy, we making all of this money. Yeah, I know it's rude to be bragging. They never catching us slacking. Me and my buddy, we working hard for this
Hello,
money.
boys.
Hello, Internet people. Welcome back to the Table One Podcast. Art Parmann, Justin Young,
Brandon Estrada.
very special guest, Brandon Estrada, joining us.
All right, I want to lead this off with the cheers, guys, since we're all drinking the same beer at the same time.
Cheers.
And hopefully this won't end up like the Joe Tehan one.
Okay.
Either way, let's go.
The bar is set, huh?
Yeah, no, I'm sure everyone's watched the Joe Tehan one all the way to the end, but we filmed, or Art filmed about another like 45 minutes past when we basically had to cut it off because it got a little sloppy and awkward. Mainly awkward because of me, in all honesty, but it was...
Hey, well,
Yeah, we had about 2 hours of video, and we made a 55-minute episode out of that somehow.
thank God for post, right?
some good editing, even though I like the entire thing. Even though I was super annoyed and tilted. Either way, not about Joe Tehan, more about Brandon Estrada.
Make the bonus track, the deluxe version of the podcast.
We talked about, or I at least talked about, it was like, it'd be nice to just, like, if you're a super subscriber, you get to see, like, the shit that no one else gets to see, because, like, Brian Rass was one of them where we had to cut that down, or Art had to cut that down by, like, 45 minutes or whatever. Or, no, we made it 2 episodes, right?
We made it 2
Oh,
episodes,
yeah.
so
Still,
most
there was
of
a
that
lot,
made the
yeah.
final cut.
But, yeah,
He held himself together a
There's
little
some
bit
gems in there,
better.
that's for sure.
I gotta check that one out.
All right, so who is Brandon Estrada?
Who is that guy?
Who is he?
Let's start with young Brandon Estrada, because, like, I like to see or hear people grow up and then, like,
Cool,
kind of
yeah.
like get to know them a little bit better.
No, I like that. I like that question. I grew up in Los Angeles, California. My mom was an actress, film producer, writer. My dad was an actor in the 70s, most known for his show called Chips as Punch. I think you
No.
guys know that.
Yeah, I do, but I'm also very old. So what did CHIP stand for?
California Highway Patrol. The I was small. They just kind of had it.
They
in
just
there.
fit it in for
They
fun.
just fit it in
I
there.
always wondered that.
Yeah.
I actually wanted to see if you know what CHIP stand for too. But like, yeah.
It's like, I don't know. It's a haze. It's all a blur, man. The 70s is fucking wild. I wasn't born, but yeah.
You're a product of.
Yeah, so it's an interesting upbringing for sure. Unique, I guess, but I'm grateful. You know, I went to an elementary school that was very much like a performing arts centric. So I did plays. You know, they taught you how to journal and write your feelings, and I'm just super grateful for that because it carried with me through life. And so I just, you know, I'm a singer-songwriter now, a jazz musician, among other things. But I'm an actor if they hire me for stuff, you know. But, you know, I just kind of wait by the phone.
Just send us your headshots. We'll put you out there. Guys, you got to hire this guy. I know all you Hollywood producers are out there watching this.
All right.
We're
so
in here.
in elementary school, all right, you went to a more artsy elementary school,
Yep.
but at some point, I'm assuming in high school, you kind of transitioned into more athleticism, sports. like
Yeah,
that kind of
yeah.
stuff?
So, you know, I did piano lessons. I had like the rock band and everything, and just like all forms of music. But in high school, you know, sports was cool to me. So,
And to girls, I hear.
yeah, I like girls, but I was so young. I was so short. Like, they were all taller than me. I had like Napoleon complex. So I didn't get to play football or basketball, even though I like tried for those. So I did wrestling and I did track and field. I had my growth spurt a little bit later. But yeah, so I was a pole vaulter, and then I got a full ride to USC. And then
Cool ride for riding the pole? Is that what
That's it. Yeah, that's why I'm in Vegas now. So I got to spin it up any way I can, you know. Yeah, and I got to compete for the Olympic team in Puerto Rico.
Oh, sick.
So I got to take that pretty far, and yeah, and now I'm here in Las Vegas.
So how close did you get to making an Olympic team? Like I think I read on your Wikipedia it was like a silver medal, so it was only one person got through, or?
Yeah, I got really close. I had torn my adductor tendon in my groin, and that takes you out for like 8 or 9 months, unfortunately. And by missing London in 2012, I decided not to spend another 4 years.
Gotcha.
You know, making no money and then risking hurting my body. But it was a beautiful sport. I got to travel to Italy, live in Puerto Rico for some time, just travel all over the place.
So I need to know, like, how high was your highest pole vaulting? I don't know the terminology very well.
Jump, I guess. Just 18 feet 2 inches, about.
All right.
Yeah.
So Art's about 6 foot. So 3 Arts and like
3 arts and his penis.
3. Isn't that negative? Don't you deduct for that? I don't. All right.
For the altitude, we have to.
That's so high. So, and again, like I'm a novice, don't know anything about anything. How tall are the poles that you use, or is it like fluctuate based on who you are?
Yeah, they vary. I had some 16-foot poles in my bag and a 17-foot pole as well.
I want to turn it into some kind of sexual entendre. I really do,
it's
but
all
like,
there.
like
It's all
I'm
there,
really
yeah.
trying to like focus.
Yeah.
I actually have like a question about the poles. Can you just do whichever one you want, or is it like we're
Anyone
doing the
you want.
16s right now?
Yeah. If you could jump on a bigger one or stiffer one, then you should.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's based kind of like your weight.
You should definitely
They're
jump
like,
on a stiffer one, by the way. Art.
Yeah.
No,
Go
like
ahead.
so, like someone could. Like I know I'm exaggerating, but someone could just get a 40-foot pole, and if they could control it, they could actually like
If
do
they
quite
can bend
well.
it and roll it over
Right,
when it
right.
goes up, and
So
then
like-
do it, but it's just not.
There's no real like regulations or anything like that. Probably
Right,
like the material outside of that.
Right.
Okay.
And the technology changes over time.
Man,
It used to be bamboo, people jumping in piles of dust.
But you're.
Now it's like carbon fiber and.
Oh yeah, you're not a purist like that. You don't use
No,
bamboo and jump into dust.
I would if I could, but they wouldn't let it fly for the other.
So was that the last time you've used the pole? God, I'm
Yeah.
so sorry. I'm really trying. I still apologize.
Cut all of this out, or I walk.
Sorry.
Yeah, it does feel like a lifetime ago. But yeah, you do something for 12 years and you just live it, breathe it. It's your passion. It's like, you know how it goes.
How old are you?
I'm 36.
Oh, really? You're the youngest here. Holy shit.
Oh, shit.
But the oldest soul, I can tell.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I can believe that.
I've been around.
So, but like you were, obviously you competed for the Olympics, so you were really good. But like, you were Division I All-American, multiple years.
Yeah, 2 times.
That's crazy. I mean, that's just. I mean,
Thank
like
you.
I'm just.
Well,
I'm
thanks.
trying to reiterate. Like you were the top of the top for.
Thank you.
For a while. Yeah.
I mean, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. Pole vaulting. It's a niche sport. Super fun.
So after you did not qualify for London, what was the mind transfer? What happened?
Yeah. Thanks for asking. Well, I cried it out because that was my dream, and then I accepted, kind of moving on from that. And music has always been my passion, so I just wanted to chase that and not have to worry about my body getting injured or scraping by financially at the time.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just I got like a real job, basically like a cube job that I learned just wasn't for me in life. So I went back to school. I went and studied jazz in Cincinnati. And there was a cool little jazz scene there that I started gigging and got some residencies and kind of cut my teeth at it, and got my start in real estate there, bought up some of these beautiful old architectural buildings like exposed brick, like duplexes, brownstones kind of. Yeah. Just ran some Airbnbs, just kind of like, just built a life there.
What year is Cincinnati for you?
2017.
Okay, so super recent. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Recent.
Almost 10 years ago, but
Time's relative.
I'm
It's
building up to
relative.
like now, and like we just skipped
Yeah.
from.
yeah, we did skip
Yeah,
around
yeah.
a little. So
Yeah.
what was your first degree in? You said you went back to school.
So yeah, I was undeclared for 2 years. I just wanted to focus on track and field.
An
and
athlete scholarship.
Yeah, basically. I thought I wanted to be a lawyer because that was just the answer you tell grown-ups when you're really little, and they light up because they're like, "Oh, this kid's gonna do something." I didn't know what that was. It was either doctor or lawyer, and I was like, I don't like blood, so I'm gonna choose lawyer, and we'll see what that is when I get there. By the way, I don't know how any really young kid can figure out what they want to do for their life, but maybe that's just me. I don't know.
No, literally
So-
no kid. No.
Yeah, I realized like I didn't want to, take a big loan out and go to law school and not like it or something. So, and I was just kind of like shooting my shot at the dream. I wanted to see how far I could take things with sports, and so I did that instead. And yeah,
Okay, so you hadn't like finished your degree and then you went back for jazz and that stuff, or?
yeah, a few years off working and stuff like that, and then I went back for jazz. Studied jazz voice of all things, and then got some gigs, singing Sinatra tunes, Chet Baker classics for about 5 or 6 years, basically. Even now, I'll still take gigs like that.
All around the Cincinnati area, is that what you said?
Yeah, the tri-state area, like weddings, private gigs.
Okay, and if you haven't heard Brandon's sweet, sultry voice, you can definitely follow him on Instagram, which is just Brandon Estrada, or
Yeah, Brandon Estrada Music.
Brandon Estrada Music, and he always is posting stories and reels of him, serenading you via the interwebs.
Directly you.
You watching. Get some.
Yeah.
Thank you, yeah.
No, yeah, I do like your music, and you even have songs on Spotify, because I have said play Brandon Estrada, and here he comes out of my Sonos. So, and you, I know we're jumping ahead a little bit, but you have an album coming out soon.
Yes. I'm super excited about that. Yeah, it is. I would guess it's a step away from jazz actually, but you'll hear it. We're doing 2 jazz tunes, but 7 of the tunes I wrote. So they're much more vulnerable, a little bit more emotional, and I would just call it singer-songwriter, jazz-inspired pop. Yeah.
And do you have a name for the album?
Yes, it's called Star Star Moon.
Star Star Moon.
Yeah.
I like it. And right about now, our listeners are probably thinking, why do these guys have a jazz singer, songwriter, musician on the podcast right now? And I'll tell you,
Hi. What's happening?
he likes to play poker.
He does.
I do love some poker. I grew up, obviously, a big nerd, so I love strategy games, chess, this game called Magic the Gathering. Had a bunch of friends playing that game, and a lot of them went and played poker. So poker is just like the natural progression, I think, for that. And yeah, so I did come prepared with some poker stories. I hope they're entertaining. But I got to see some shit.
Well,
Yeah.
I bet you did. Like what? So what was the first? What was the time frame for the first time you actually got into poker? Like growing up, games, Magic the Gathering, and then
Yeah.
you're like poker. What's the first casino you played in? What year?
Yeah, probably Commerce Casino
Wow.
in LA. What year would that have been? After college, I don't know, 2014.
Okay.
Something like that. You played at Commerce.
Oh
before.
yeah. Like the big sign when you walk in that says you might get cancer because there's lead on the chips.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I've dabbled there.
Yeah, don't lick the chips. That's it. That's the only rule there. They have the melon bars to replace your hand
Dude, the
cream.
melon bars are good. Yeah, that might be the best part about Commerce in my mind.
Yeah.
Art
Actually, haven't
can't
been
play
back.
there because if he puts a chip in his drink accidentally on purpose, he just drinks it. And
Oh.
that's why Art may not be with us
That
much
has
longer.
It's like a
Yeah.
sake bomb. It's like fizzling and shit.
But he looks so excited every time it happens. He was like, well, I got to drink it.
You got the antibodies for the next pandemic.
I'm ready. Yeah, I'm basically either making the next pandemic or I'm solving it.
Sorry, a little bit. No.
That's funny.
Yeah, Commerce Casino.
Were you playing like 2-card no limit, or was it
Yeah,
just
that
like
was
everything?
it.
Okay.
That was the thing. It actually wasn't until I went to Cincinnati in 2017, 2018, where all they played was PLO, and just gambling, just money moving
It's-
everywhere. People just firing, farmers, business guys, just firing. And so, I tried to figure out PLO.
It's tough to figure out because like you never know if you're making the right decision or wrong decision outside of whether or not they ship you the pot or not. Like you could do something completely stupid, and then you're like, oh, you win. You're like,
Reward.
yeah, that sounds right. Yeah, I don't know.
Results,
I played
win.
that great.
So yeah,
I got a jack, a 6, a 3, and a 2.
Yeah, just
I win.
I got a straight. You run it twice, 5 people all in.
Then you get in top set, and you're like, how did I lose? I had top set. I don't understand. Like
Rigged.
and this is bullshit. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's a hell of a drug, PLO.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a fantastic game.
So you're only a year younger than I am, but you never like for me the poker boom was like when I was graduating high school. Everybody was like
Yeah.
watching it. It was on TV. You never had any like possible version of Brandon that like gets into
Man.
like online poker and all
I
that stuff.
wanted to, but I didn't have a lot of money, and I was pole vaulting, on a scholarship, trying to keep my scholarship, get through college.
Yeah.
And I got a corporate job,
So you were
But,
intrigued, but like
I was
you
intrigued,
had
but
seen it on the TVs.
Yeah, I just always lost, and
okay.
it hurt,
Yeah,
So-
$50 is a lot
but-
more when you're 17 and 18 than it is.
Yeah. No, but I hear about those days, like poker was super easy, they say. People just, just
Yeah, there were a lot of
insane
Brandon
money all the
types on there.
Oh, yeah.
No, the
What do
key
you mean?
was
What
to
do you
win
mean
your
brown
first
people?
tournament. That's the key. Is like you have to run really hot during a certain section, and then you just get the confidence that you shouldn't deserve. And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
You just ride that out until you're 44, or so I've heard anyway. I don't know, somewhere in there.
And then a midlife crisis. And
Yeah,
And then another upswing.
then I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna do. I mean, then they were gonna figure out what they're gonna do.
no,
they. Yeah, they. Sorry, we're talking. in
we're
third
not
person.
assuming your pronouns. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, no, I definitely wish I played or wish I was good to make all that money, but it's all right. I had a bunch of friends that became, guys that played
Name
poker
drop.
all the time. Well, so I grew up with this kid Sam Stein, who
I do.
was,
Yeah,
he was
Stein,
like my neighbor.
Stein X, yeah.
Yeah, we played Magic together, and Kid Harrison. I don't know. Yeah, so
Did you get it?
they're the gateway drug. That's why I got kind of into high stakes or whatever.
All right, guys, quick break from the Table One podcast. We just want to let you know that if you can't afford to play our game, sadly, that there are other options to get a piece of these glorious people.
What are the options, Justin?
Well, we're going to give some kind of a promotional giveaway here coming up soon for 5% of our main event. And that's first place is gonna be like $8 or $10 million. So you can do the math for 5% of like that kind of money. We don't do that kind of stuff.
No public math. Firm policy here on the Table One Pod. But he's right. We're going to give away 5%. We just don't know how yet. So if you want to find out how we are going to give away 5%, all you have to do is click the link in the description below, the top link. It's going to go directly to our newsletter. Put your email in, click submit, and then you'll be subscribed to our newsletter. And in a few days, weeks time, depending on when you're listening to this, you will get the information on how exactly you can qualify to win a piece of us.
But just to let everyone know, 5% of 0 is unfortunately 0. That is the only math we're gonna actually give you.
That's true. So you may be signing up for nothing.
But we could win. We might go first and second. Oh my God.
Oh my God. Oh wait. All right, back to the show.
Did you ever get into tournaments? And I kind of know the answer since I looked you up on Hidden Mob as well. But like, did you ever actually get passionate about tournaments, or was it always just kind of like I guess I'll play a tournament?
Yeah, I never got passionate about it.
Okay.
I guess I play here and there.
Is that because you never did well in a tournament, or?
Exactly.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's not
I
bad.
do something enough, it doesn't work, I stop.
Yeah.
Smart. That's smart. I should take that into account.
I don't know. You always think the next time's gonna be different,
Of course, you're due.
I always say,
If it's been 20 on black or on roulette 20 times in a row, it's got to be red the next time.
right? You're like 80% to
yeah,
bink,
at
right?
least.
It has to be like that.
It might be 100.
You break down the math for us after this, yeah. All right, we'll fire.
I'll look it up. I'll message Sam.
Thank you.
Stein
Yeah,
and
we'll
see
post
we'll
the statistics right there.
We'll fire it in. We'll fire it in.
All right, so did we, I feel like, sorry, I jumped us back in time and then I screwed us all up, but you were talking about getting into poker for the first time. Cincinnati, right? PLO,
Oh, I guess
gamblers everywhere, farmers.
Yeah, so I guess I jumped ahead. The first time I ever played poker was my grandma taught me how to play. We played 5-card draw in my grandpa's little shed. We had a ping pong table, a billiards table, and then some poker chips. That was the very first time I touched it.
Okay.
And then I blame my grandma, really. Like, she wanted me to go to grad school, maybe become a politician. And not,
Wait, your grandma wanted you to become a politician?
Oh, she just wanted me to be
Somebody important.
just somebody,
Okay.
you know.
That's a lot
But
of pressure to be like.
It is. It's a lot. That's why I
10-year-old
tell her.
Brandon is like, nah, you should run for fucking council. I mean,
It's a lot, and I tell her, but now she forgets she's at that age where it's like, so I'm kind of free and clear.
You're off the hook now.
It's like, Grandma had pocket jacks today. Like, oh, that's nice.
So I know you have brothers and sisters. Were they into card games as well?
No, actually, I have an older brother. He's like a video gamer. He just like games,
I mean,
mass.
Kind of similar, but not. I
Yeah,
understand,
different. Yeah, not super like strategy oriented. Just kind of like gaming. He's doing really well actually as a TikTok, and it's doing well. Yeah.
Do you have a
Streams
TikTok?
and stuff. I do have a TikTok because I just learned. Yeah, we were talking about this. Yeah, it goes against my nature, I guess.
Yeah.
Like my songs are pretty vulnerable. It's I'm gonna share them, but like to be so audacious is something I'm definitely working on with the TikTok stuff and the Instagram stuff. So yeah, but one of my videos had 140K views. I was super stoked to see just in a couple weeks. I mean, that's a strong engine there.
That's super strong. How did you promote it? Just
I took
as
ads. I took ads.
Okay, I was just say like as someone that is kind of curious about it. I don't know.
Yeah, we've got like 4 TikTok videos. They got like 8 views total, I think. That's pretty sweet.
So
yeah.
All right, well, we'll have
Teach me.
Next
have a
one you put out
mastermind
there,
about
we'll
this.
just like can you cut in like an intro or something like this? And just like,
yeah.
Table
fair.
One podcast, something like that.
Just have a little guitar right here. Make a little ditty, a little comical ditty.
I wonder what the transfer is from like poker and jazz or jazz pop to like to our podcast. I'm sure there's at least 6 people that would enjoy both. I don't know.
There's a bridge somewhere.
Yeah, no, strong bridge.
So let's talk about some poker stuff.
Let's get into some poker. I don't know where you want to go with this, but I'm gonna try to lead you into, let's say, tell me about your first like big pot that you got nervous or like that you like felt yourself like right here, like just about to crumble.
Well, that happens pretty often.
No,
for me.
yeah.
Like,
But the first one is all I don't know.
I'm
First one I can remember.
Yeah. Sometimes I think I'm just too sensitive to play cards. But this was actually like one of the biggest pots I've ever played. And it was at a home game in LA. And I wasn't playing high stakes for very long at this point, maybe like under a year. And I guess got set over setted in no limit at 200, it's 250, 500, and then they would put the 1K ante on sometimes.
Jeez, that is
Yeah,
super high
and I had
stakes.
built up a stack, but not like a good stack where like you buy in short and run it up huge. You're just like losing and then you finally get even. So I had like maybe like 200K or 220 or something, and for me that was like my biggest stack that I sat with, and my urge to just get up and leave, but I didn't want to look
Sure, you want
something like a bitch,
Yeah.
So I'm just sitting there and like definitely playing tighter than I because I'm just like nervous.
Of course.
And then I flop a set on 8-3 deuce, pocket threes.
Was it suited or was there like a
No flush draw too.
Oh,
so
no.
there's no
Oh,
way.
no.
There's no way I was folding. So
Which one do you
I
have,
just get
threes
it.
or deuces?
You remember the moment like it's yesterday. Every detail, the trauma. He check raises. Oh, actually, sorry, there were 2 hearts. That's why I snapped.
That's
call.
why
I didn't even
you have to
think
get
about
it in. That's why you have to
I
get
didn't
it
even
in.
think about
Yeah,
it now, and he got me good. It's funny because like you win pots against people and you're just like, I don't remember that hand, or like I don't know who that is. It's like I know his name, I know what he looked like in the moment,
Yeah, whenever I play with someone and I don't recognize them and they're like, I know you, and I'm like, oh, from the podcast? No, just kidding. But
No,
they're like, whenever they know me and I don't know them, I immediately
fuck them.
assume that I fuck them.
You 100%
in some
fuck
kind of way, because I've been playing poker a long time in Vegas, and like people remember the people that beat them, just like you said. And yeah, I don't know what I did to you, sir, and I'm sorry. That's
they're like you like victimize them and they're looking for some sort of compassion. You're like, what about that hand?
I don't even remember it. Lost it to some other guy.
But yeah, just the circle of life, right?
Did you run it twice?
We ran it twice.
Okay.
Die.
Not that it mattered, but like it's still like it's a.
Die.
I wasn't sure if like the guy was just like no, one time.
That would have been cold blooded. Yeah.
I mean,
No, he was a nice guy. He plays super big. To him, it was like nothing. For me, I'm just like.
What are his initials so we can guess later?
Oh, I mean, Oppenheim.
Oh yeah, David. Yeah,
he plays,
Opie.
He plays
yeah.
mix. Yeah.
No, he's
no, he's a super cool guy.
I find him a super nice guy. I don't know.
Super cool. But yeah, that was my intro to pain.
Man, that's a pretty big fucking intro.
Yeah,
I've never even played that big in my whole life. And then
Table one gets pretty big, I've seen.
It gets big, but we typically play 100 these days. 100.
Sure.
Yeah.
There's still blood in the water, but not 400K.
Yeah, sometimes the straddles
Yeah,
get on,
that's
but
insane.
there's no 500 with the 1K going.
Yeah. So just quick aside, just a shout out for Opie or whatever. It was one of the first big tournaments I ever played in Vegas. It was a 10K or a 15K, excuse me. And he was at my table at the end of night one, and like, whatever. Like I at this time I had self-control, and I was like, I'm gonna order my first drink, and I ordered a scotch, and I thought Johnny Black was the best thing in the world, and I was like, order Johnny Black, and like Opie looked over at me, he's like, what are you doing? I was like, I don't know, I like scotch. He's like, that's shit scotch. I was like, I can't, I'm not gonna pay for that. He's like, no problem. Just look up the best scotch you can on your phone or whatever. I'm gonna get it for you. And I did, and he just like comped it, like he's a big pit player as well, and he just like comped it right away, and he's like, welcome to poker, kid. And like,
That's super cool.
it was so nice. Like one of those things like I'll never forget or whatever. And I was just like, I sipped on that thing for the entire last level, and just it's the tiniest sips, because I was like, I don't know if he's gonna buy me a second one. I don't want to chug it or anything. So I just like, sip. And then like during bagging, he asked if I want another one, and he got me another one as well. So
That's super cool.
yeah, just shout out to him. I one of those things I doubt he remembers at all, but like one of those things that like meant so much to me in real time.
Yeah, that's super cool. Yeah, he's a class act. He had a really sweet McLaren. You know, he's just a baller, cool dude.
Yeah.
I doubt he remembers my hand too. You know, he's just like, oh, that chump change.
We're just blips on his radar. That's all we are.
That's all right.
All right, so there had to been some positive moments during some high stakes poker, I'd imagine.
Yeah. So, what's fun to me about poker, especially in this kind of like party scene, party games, or you know, where the energy's real fun, like your game. It's like an alternate reality, but like it has this freedom where people can kind of be themselves or kind of just troll the whole time, and kind of has that like temporary effect. It's like a safe space, you know, like people are just like acting insane, maybe a little too insane sometimes.
A little bit of a locker room vibe, yeah.
Yeah,
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, I'm sure everyone listening understands. They play poker, like.
Yeah. It's different than when you go to a casino and play serious, or if you're playing a home game with like your buddies or your neighbors or whatever, and you can like literally just give everyone shit the entire time.
Yeah, it's like everybody has this like understood, agreed kind of thing that, you know, anything can go. So, some crazy stories for sure. I guess one of them that made my little list to bring here was I was playing Keating's game, you know, Brian's game, and they put the 400 and sometimes like the 800 on. There's this guy that was like hammered drunk, like real fucked up drunk, like almost like is he paying attention? Is it an act? He's like really red. No one knows. And then someone who's, I won't say any names on this one, you know, he's like, you know, kind of, you know, sober, playing kind of serious, you know, you're trying to get it in good. They play like a pretty big pot. I think it's like a 300K pot or something like that, 150 each. And the guy like almost passes out before the hand is over. and it's so bad that like the dealer tables his hand, the floor comes, and they run it twice, and he binks both. Got it in bad. Obviously got it in bad. And then, you know, the guy's getting like picked up to go back to his room, basically, to like, because he's like hammered that drunk.
I didn't even remember he won like a 300K.
So the floor is stacking this guy's chips.
Oh no!
And he's just like watching it happen as he's going back to his room, and we're like, should we send like a wellness check in a few hours, like get him back in the game? And like, you know, they're trying to stop this other guy who lost the hand from going off like a rocket, like upset, you know, and he's just stone faced. Just like, but we all felt his pain, you know. You all feel there's some empathy at the poker table, you know. But
have you played with the guy that was drunk since?
Yeah, a little last year.
So was that brought up? Like, did he remember?
Oh, we
the
call
hand?
yeah. I called him Wellness Check Justin, and it stuck. Yeah, that's like his nickname.
So like, okay,
say
did you
names.
remember it or whatever? It wasn't me, guys. I don't win those kind of pots.
Not him.
There's some kind of magic in being the guy who cares the least about the pot, I think.
Oh,
He runs so much better.
he had no fuck to give. Yeah,
It's like OP against you. He's just like, oh yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
This guy just doesn't even know he's in a poker hand. He wins.
just insane. And because like in a public game, somebody like hit and runs you, people scoff and this and that, but like there's like everybody's well behaved in like an invite only game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's just like sitting there just red, like he's just
He wants to go off.
fuming and just waiting there playing his next hand. It's brutal. It's so brutal. But that was a pretty nasty one.
Just a quick break here, guys. Are you tired of playing with players like this? Not this.
No,
like
no.
this? Or this?
Or do you want to play with players like this?
Oh wait, If you like having fun at the poker table, Table 1 is the game for you. We play high stakes, no limit, 100 blinds. And if you want to get into the game, it's actually super easy. We have a website, table1.vegas. You just go to the website, you click get a seat in the game, and fill out the form. It's that easy. It's your name, it's your phone number, it's the date that you're here, and I will personally reach out to you.
And it's only $5K minimum buy-in. Run it up at 2.5 and join us.
Cheers to stories. Yeah. Let's have another one.
So I don't know if like this is like cool, like a cool story or whatever, but just like names of cool people that I've played with is like pretty cool to me. Like playing poker with Bruno Mars. I mean, the guy is probably the coolest guy in the world.
Yeah.
like-
He's our Michael Jackson of our era.
Why would
Yeah,
you start with
just-
like, I don't know if this is cool, and you got to play
Well,
with Bruno Mars?
there's no like event that like made it cool. Just the fact that like he's the coolest guy ever. Like he's just joking, very fun, very relaxed. Just
Does he have,
Classic.
as Justin would say, the Riz?
he carries the Riz. He's just walking Riz. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
where was this?
This was at Aria actually.
Okay.
Yeah. So his host was just contacted the game runner at the time I was playing in. He was just saying Bruno wants to play cards. Like, do you have a game?
Don't even
So-
mention his second name, by the way. Just Bruno. I was like, huh.
Yeah.
Caleb Firth wants to come in.
And then of course they're telling us like no pictures, like don't make it weird, blah blah blah. Obviously. Yeah, too late. I'm like, hey, Bruno. I did get all in against him though.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
What
Not
were the
eventful.
stakes?
It wasn't even a cool. I think it was 2-4
Okay.
with some straddles. I remember my 50K stack was just a shove stack, so it was probably like
Okay.
the straddle on because we ended up getting it in. I had ace queen suited. He had pocket fives. No special event. He just raised. It went like call.
Did
And
you
then
beg him to run it twice, or was it a?
it was one of those things where like you're pretending not to beg, but like I
Yeah.
really wanted to go twice. But I was like, yo, man, like, what are you on? You two? I mean, I guess. Do you want to? I guess it's fine. And he's like, yeah, man, yeah. He's just so cool.
Yeah.
Like he's the coolest guy ever. And so we run it twice, and yeah, we chop. I mean, it wasn't like a.
Who won the first one? I think that's more important. to
That
me.
I don't remember, but he's so animated when he gets chips in. He'll like stand up, he'll jump up and down, and like he's just like in the mix. And then the hands will be dealt, and he'll just be kind of quiet, cool. He'll make like a really cool joke, and he's just chill. He's just awesome, dude.
Did he wear like sunglasses while you played? Sorry, I have a lot of
He
questions
had a
about Bruno
hat.
Mars.
I think he had glasses with him, but he definitely wore like a COVID mask.
Oh, okay.
But it was after that time. It was just so that he doesn't get mobbed.
Sure.
You know.
That makes sense, actually.
Yeah, he's just so cool.
Could
I was
imagine.
starstruck for sure.
Yeah, like 50K to him is probably, I don't know, what, about 38 minutes of his time in a normal day or something?
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
I don't know how to.
irrelevant.
I'm not a
Like,
math guy. I don't
you
know.
could just
but like,
tell, like
yeah.
the way he was throwing chips and like they all meant this. They all could have been ones. Like it doesn't matter.
And the way he has his contract structured, I mean, this is just a rumor I've
a
heard
rumor we've
from
heard.
from poker players and hosts that like the reason MGM has him like booked is because they pay him like 50% more than like anyone else would pay, but the agreement is you have to stay at MGM and gamble at MGM like while you're there. So he like loses back, you know. It's kind of like like a soft-spoken
built-in,
agreement that
yeah.
you're going to lose back the extra that we're paying you in the pits, or play the extra that we're paying you
It's a
in the
long
pits.
con.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm sure there's some sort of special
I'm-
tax implication or something.
Yeah, I
It
don't
might
know.
be a fairy tale, but yeah, it rings
knows?
true a little bit. They're like, hey,
like to
we'll
just
pay you a
say-
bunch more, but it's all in baccarat chips. It's like, oh, all right, well.
Well, fired in, monkey, monkey.
That being said, Bruno, if you want to play at table 1, I will lay you 1.1 to 1 on any of your all-ins. So there you go.
Pretty strong.
Come on down, Bruno.
Wow.
You can make it 3 to 1.
You're almost so generous there, and
I thought he might take me up on it.
you're about to say a bigger number.
I was. He might be watching this one day. I have a feeling.
No, for sure he will. Of course.
Who else is really cool that I got to play with? You know,
Phil Hellmuth, he likes to drop names. You play with him?
I have not played with him.
No?
No.
Oh, you're missing out.
Yeah, I've heard cool stories.
There's no better feeling than to get berated by Phil Hellmuth.
Yeah, it means you won money. It's great. Actually, sometimes you lose and he still berates you. But
Yeah, that's true. Too.
anyway,
Dig it.
More
Who
in the
else you
private game
got?
stuff. Have you ever been on like any streams or anything like that?
I did a couple times.
LA or here?
LA.
Okay.
Yeah, I played the bike one.
Okay. Did you enjoy that, or was it kind of like felt kind of weird?
It was okay. It was cool. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not rushing to get back to it, but it was fun. It was cool. I don't have any cool stories from that. No.
Yeah.
But I played live at the bike. I met one of my good buddies. Now he's my good buddy, Eric Hicks. He's a super cool dude. We played together there, and then we play at Aria.
Luna bike, right? Or is it Luna?
Luna
Yeah,
is
yeah,
his
Luna
company.
bike,
Luna
Yeah.
Cycles.
Luna Cycles.
Fastest, coolest bikes in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude,
buy
he-
one. He's
he's
so
awesome to
funny
play
and
with.
so generous in
He's
like
the coolest guy,
in the
yeah.
weirdest ways. I remember I just like mentioned I wanted to. I was thinking about getting a Tesla, and he's like, "Oh, dude, I have a Model X Plaid," and he just gave me his valet ticket, and he's like, "It's over there at Waldorf. Just take it home tonight.
Yeah,
get
yeah.
the kids, drive them around." I'm like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah, just do it, and make sure you step on the gas as hard as you can because it's gonna freak them out." And then I got like a little video of my kids like in the back. I'm like, "All right, guys, heads against the headrest." And they're like, "Why?" And I'm like, So shout out to Eric Hicks for loaning out your Tesla to a stranger. So
Yeah, he's a cool dude. Got to play with Dan Bilzerian, who's awesome. He's a class act, fun action. We had an interesting hand. I don't know if this is going to be interesting or entertaining. It was to me. It was like the last hand of a stand-up game. And
It's already interesting.
hold on, for those of you out there that don't know the stand-up game, by now I feel like everybody knows it. Also known as the knit game.
Punish the
Yeah, if you have, because some people are afraid to stand up, so they have the little knit buttons, like if you haven't won a pot yet, you have a button, or vice versa, whatever. Anyway, stand-up game is everybody stands up. Once you win a pot, you get to sit down. Last man standing pays everyone a bounty. So it could be you get it. Anyway, carry on.
Yeah, so it was between me and someone else. It could have been Dan. I just know that I was
That
like
doesn't
heads
sound
up
like
for-
Dan, but okay.
Yeah, I don't think it was. I think it was me and someone else in the game, and it went like raise, call, and I was like the 6-1 to complete the big blind with the 10-6 offsuit. You just can't fold,
Yeah.
You just have to like call, and I flopped the goddamn, just like 10-6-6, boom, right there on the flop, and
Yeah, 10-6?
yeah, it just happened to flop a full house. It's gonna look good,
Yeah.
like, from this
You look
point.
desperate.
Yeah, I look desperate. It goes like check. Dan bets something like half pot. He bet like 8K or something. I maybe had like 23 or 21
Oh,
behind.
it's a dream.
So I just like kind of like it goes full. I just like all in and put him in the tank. He starts laughing. He's just like he says, "Oh fuck." Brandon, that's a good move. And then he's just kind of like playing with his beer. He's like, he takes a substance, I'm not gonna say what substance, but during the hand, he's just kind of laughing, like we're all having a good time. And like, I don't know what to do with my face. Like, I just kind of do the thing where I just like
You're just waiting.
pretend or just I just look at the board, whatever. And he's fuck. He just like tosses it in. And then like we run it twice, he's like got ace queen high. He's like, obviously I'm gonna be bluffing there a lot. So I just happen to have it, like, and he laughs after the hand. He's like, good hand. He's like, do you want some? I'm like, no, I'm cool now. And it was just such an epic moment. I don't know. Obviously happy about it because I won the hand, but he's just a super cool dude. Yeah.
Wow. Didn't give you any shit or anything like that?
No,
Or
not
just-
at all. It
that's
was like
awesome.
nothing to him.
That's
Yeah.
good.
He was real cool.
I feel like he only gives shit to like the nits. He doesn't give
Yeah.
shit to the
Oh
gamblers.
yeah. Well, those guys get weeded out in these games
That's
like
true.
really fast.
But when they're there, they're getting.
When they're there, they take a barrage of emotional, psychological abuse, and then they don't get the seat anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
But I do have a story. It's sort of like incriminates this part. It makes him look like an asshole, but he was being an asshole. I'm not gonna say a name here, but this is like it was a private game. It was a former NBA player or whatever. People that know that play like will know who it is.
I got a couple
I'm already
guesses.
ready to guess.
Yeah.
I'm like,
sure,
go
I'm
ahead.
I won't guess because I'm pretty sure I know who it is. But either way.
Anyway,
yeah.
he's just kind of being ass. Like there was this other kid that showed up who was kind of like a pro, you know? And so I think maybe the NBA player felt a little threatened. He was just giving him shit.
Yeah.
Just like, you know, just targeting, you know, and making everybody a little uncomfortable, like, you know, just
Stop
being
winning
rude.
money and playing good.
Just just kind of like ruining the energy of the hang of the game, you know. And you know, this kid was a sweet kid. Like, he was smart, and he probably wins at poker, but he was just trying to, like, you know, diffuse it a little bit. Like, oh, you know, I know that you commentate now for a living. Like, do you like any, you know, NBA teams now? Like, who's your favorite player? And he just, like, would not let up. He was just like, you know, they pay me to talk about basketball, so unless you're gonna like pay me $1,000 to talk about basketball, it's like, then at that point, like, we're all just like, well, fuck, like, nobody wants to play anymore. This sucks. Like, this is just awkward. It's just, you know, that bad energy, you know.
Yeah.
And then time just goes on. We just kind of get over it. We change the music. Everybody does a round of shots. Whatever. We're just playing hands. And then he gets stacked. I almost said his name. Then he gets stacked.
The asshole gets stacked. All right.
Yeah. He gets stacked, and then he leans over to Ben Lamb, and he's like, you know, like, what would you have done with this hand, like on that flop or whatever? And then Harrison goes to, he's like, who do you think you are to talk to Ben Lamb, multiple WSOP bracelet winner? If you're gonna talk to him, you're gonna pay him. And then he got so hot. He got so fucking mad. Everybody erupted. We were all. I was like, I mean, I don't know. Maybe he lives that life, you know. So I didn't know if he was. I wasn't gonna laugh loud. I was just gonna kind of. But everybody was laughing.
As long as you don't laugh the loudest, I think you're safe. But
Yeah, it was just. It was cool. Like, he was standing up for the kid, you know.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool thing about poker is like everybody's kind of an equal. Even if
Yeah.
you're a celeb, even if you're this or that, like, you're playing hands. We're all just here playing hands. Like,
That's right.
so that was a pretty wild one.
That'd been so fun if like the pro kid or whatever was just taking a dime after he got stacked. It was like, talk to me a little bit about poker right now.
I want to hear your thoughts on the upcoming NBA finals.
Yeah.
I would not have the balls to do that, by the
No,
way,
yeah.
because he is larger than me.
Yeah.
By a lot.
Wait a minute. People are going to narrow down which NBA player you're talking about if you say that, Justin.
It lightened up. I mean, there aren't.
It's
that
not
many
Muggsy
that play.
Bogues. It's not Muggsy Bogues.
Confirmed, not Muggsy. Yeah, that was pretty insane. Another incriminating story I have. So I wasn't actually at this game. I was talking to like one of the girls, like, you know, that works the poker game, and like the things they get.
Like a massage or?
Yeah,
Okay.
put in it. Not any more than that. It's just drinks and
No,
massage.
no.
Yeah.
I'm
This
not
game.
insinuating.
Yeah. But like, anyway, she like showed me a text that I couldn't believe. It was a game in LA that this certain actor, this name actor, propositions these. This is gonna kind of gross people out, but propositions these girls like, who wants to work this game has to basically do their shift under the table while this actor is playing the game. It's just cringe, and she's just like, fuck, like, yeah, I'm doing it. No, just kidding. No, she didn't say that. No, but
I'm sure it's a lot of
text was
money,
like,
yeah.
that's like a real thing. It's not really a story. It's just like a reality of like some of these. LA games are a little wild.
Yeah, well, the
That's,
home
like,
games,
pretty nuts.
they got their own rules. We got real rules at table one, so sorry guys.
Yeah, sorry, we don't have
Nothing
that.
about
I
these
mean-
guys' game. They run a great game.
I mean, if things get tough enough, Art and I might play under the table as well. I don't know. Like,
Yeah, if we can't be in, we might as well get you in.
just for everyone's, like, I have a really hard time, like, even taking one pill. So, like, I don't know if I'd be the best. I literally have
Guys,
to.
my kids watch this. Come on, guys.
I have to waterboard
Cancel
myself
it.
to get one pill down.
Cancel it.
So
Well,
No,
I'm
it's all
probably
right.
not your favorite.
Their mom saw one episode. I'm not allowed. They're not allowed to watch it anymore.
We can just cut this one out.
No, that was really funny.
There's yeah, JRB, a really fun game too. He's super cool, a great host. He had me and my trio up there gigging, and so we
awesome.
played we just stood in the corner of the room. It was like a Gatsby themed night. I sang Sinatra tunes, Chet Baker tunes, and I remember things getting a little out of hand towards later. People were drinking, having a good time. Bobby Baldwin, who's also a super class act, gets up and kind of takes the mic, and it turns into karaoke. People are sloshy.
What?
Everyone's just going
That's
nuts.
cool.
It was pretty fun. It was a good time.
What was his song? Or did he just kind of take over a song you guys were
He
already
did
playing?
request a song.
Was it
I forget.
Tequila? Dun, 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 dun. That's my
there
karaoke
was,
song of choice.
Clase Azul was in the mix as well.
I feel like he's got to be like a Sinatra guy or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He was requesting some Sinatra. I think it was Fly Me to the Moon
Yeah,
or
that's
Luck Be a Lady is what he wanted us to play.
Classic.
And he grabs the mic. The girls are dancing. Everybody's drunk. My drummer looks petrified. He's just what's happening? Because my bassist, Alex Frank, and my guitarist, Graham Dechter, are both phenomenal. They've worked with Michael Bublé. They've worked with
sick.
Jeff Goldblum, does jazz as well. They've played with me there before, and then my drummer was new to that spot, So he was just kind of looking. I was like, yeah, just keep playing. He's just like, oh my God. It was there's a girl. Anyway, yeah. I'll just leave it at that. It was a lot of fun.
I mean, jazz
It
is
was
all
crazy.
freestyle, right? I mean,
that was
you
a
gotta
freestyle. Yeah,
you
that
gotta
was-
bob and weave with with the
Yeah, we were
surroundings.
scatting. That was improvised.
You're the only
Scatting,
poker
good.
player among your group.
Actually, no. Graham loves poker. Alex loves poker too.
Okay.
They play the dailies, the tournaments. They just love tournaments. And they're in the mix. Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. Everybody loves poker, man. Everybody loves poker.
Once you start, you don't stop. So
That's true.
Right.
it's a
Yeah.
warning. Let that be a warning to you guys out there.
Yeah. And you don't have to play super big. It's
You
really
really
not
don't,
that cool. I'm happy playing any stake. Sometimes I'll play 5-10 PLO,
Yeah,
and just get in the mix. Yeah.
So honestly, I was talking to my wife this morning. I was deciding between going to see a really, really, really bad movie, which was really bad, by the way, or
Was it bad?
yeah, it was terrible. Or I was gonna go play 1-2 or 2-5, just hold 'em. And in all honesty, it's kind of nice to kind of just kind of release the brain a little bit and just be oh, I don't have to stress over every decision.
Yeah.
There is no wins or losses right now. I'm literally just here to have fun and not try to make money or pretend to try to make money or anything like that. But it's more to remember that poker is fun and poker. And even though I know some of those guys will tank and be weird in some spots or whatever, but just to kind of relieve all the pressure from put money aside. This is just a really fun game to play and whatever 3-bet somebody was nothing and then I don't know, just try to figure it out and not really care about the consequences as opposed to being super stressed out over shit, now what do I do? Now that I
absolutely.
feel like I fucked this hand off and either way, I picked the movie, but I'm pretty sure if anyone's around tomorrow and this is gonna be awkward now, but you're right. I'm gonna be probably playing the Aria, probably 2-5 or 5-10 tomorrow. Cool. Just because I don't know, I kind of need it.
Yeah,
I want it.
I'm in the
Want it.
mix there too. Yeah. It's better on the nervous system.
Yeah, no,
You
it's just, it feels good. I don't know.
Yeah, I think I got a little carried away. I came to Vegas and it was so exciting. These games, these amounts of money, very fun when you win, and obviously just spiraling.
When did you move to Vegas? Because you were in Cincinnati and all that, and then
Yeah. So I knew I was going to come back west eventually, and was kind of between Vegas and LA, just with different gigs. And my friends are in LA. I was born and raised in LA. I felt it's not that far if I chose Vegas, and never thought I would live in Vegas, but also never thought it would feel like home. I bought a place in Summerlin, and it's normally it's not the Strip, it's just very quiet, peaceful, and I like it. Feels like home here. I'm still in LA a decent amount, but
So yeah, but yeah, I think we met maybe 4 years ago, somewhere in that range or whatever. 3 years ago, I suppose. But yeah, you just technically moved here recently. And even though I was rooting for you to be on the Green Valley side, which is where I am, I understand. Green Valley.
Vegas, man. It's 20 minutes to everywhere. So if you want to hang
Yeah,
out,
it's
just
all the
ask
same.
him.
Yeah.
20 minutes seems like forever. Like coming
Yeah.
here is like a trek. I don't know.
I get that. I feel spoiled in that way
Yeah.
too. Like you have to drive 40 minutes in Vegas. You're like, not doing it.
Yeah.
Let me just get out of this.
But in LA, 40 minutes, you're like, oh
That's
my gosh,
like
that's
standard. Yeah.
that is fantastic.
But
Yeah, dude. We used to have a game once every few months out on Lake Mead on like this houseboat, like a big yacht.
that
I mean,
sounds fun.
whatever. A nice boat out on Lake Mead. But
I think I know whose boat that was.
And it was a great game. It was a lot of action. You know, we would just gamble, no rake, just friends gambling, but like, you know, pretty high stakes, 100, 200 type stakes. Yeah. And it kind of died down because like you guys are saying, it's so far. It's 40 minutes, you know? Like how can I go that far? And then I have to go home another 40? Like I remember one time when I was 18, 19 years old, I drove fucking 8 hours to go to Turning Stone to play a little bit of poker in a casino when I lived in Virginia, like up in New York.
You got a gambling problem.
Yeah. Well, it's only a problem if you lose.
I was say, believe me, that the trip back from the boat, or like anywhere, like whatever. I went and play home games in North Carolina all the time too. That car ride home when you won, you were there, and like it was like it took no time whatsoever.
That's
you're
right.
Like,
You're just thinking about all the hands you
patting
won.
yourself on there. You're like, oh, I played those top set really good. You know, like I'm such a genius because I knew how to raise top set, and he didn't see it coming, and like all that. Oh, I flopped the straight in 3. Like, but yeah, when you lose, it's like, man, am I home yet? It's been 12 minutes. Damn it.
What am I doing with my life? This is terrible.
100%. I mean, that's totally accurate. The drive home is the longest if you lose.
I had one story that was pretty funny. Like, it was a prop bet, and this was in Cincinnati, of all places. And there was this kid that they just prop bet. Like, I didn't know what all the commotion was about. Everybody was laughing, and this kid was like limping, walking back to his chair, and I'm like, what just happened? You know, like, what's going on? And they're like, oh, we bet him he couldn't lunge around the casino back to his spot. And I was like, what's the bet? Like, it just explained it to me. And he's like, no, don't worry, like, no one can do it. And I'm not saying that I was like,
I mean, if anyone can do it,
strong,
you can
but
do
like,
it, by the way.
Track and field was just lifting legs. It was just lunging, like squatting, sprinting, things like this. So like, I felt like if it could be done, maybe I should give it a shot. I wasn't like super confident I could do it at all. And I didn't even know how far it was around the casino. Like, what's the distance? It had to have been about 120 yards, maybe, something like this. But anyway, of course, I got the action. You know, a bunch of people were taking bets, and there was 2 of the guys that was going to follow me, make sure I like followed it. But the arrangement was that you had an amount of time, maybe it was like 18 minutes or something, and then you can rest on your knee as you lunge.
That's nice.
Right? Like, it didn't seem like, I was like, I think I can do this.
I like
so I'm
your side, but
negotiating between like, you know, 4-1, 6-1, whatever. This kid just like got destroyed though. He went like 25% of the way.
He's like the
and
perfect
just
leadoff
died.
hitter for you.
Yeah. So I was like, I think maybe I'm still strong enough to do this. I don't know. I mean, at that point it was like 9 years after track. So, and I was just, you know, I'm not like a super disciplined to go to the gym all the time. I like to be active. I like to do random sports.
You're still in good shape.
Yeah, and you were like, well, I never got paid for my track and field before. This could be
I
this could
made-
be money for all that time put in.
Yeah,
No
basically,
NIL deals there. All right.
Yeah, so spoiler alert, like I won the bet.
Yeah.
And I
Was
made,
it hard? Or?
So I was so sore. I could like barely walk up the stairs the next day. It was definitely taxing, but I did it. And I made more money in that moment than I did in my whole track career.
Yeah. So, how much did you make?
So we did it.
What was the bet
At
for?
the time, it was a few.
I mean, it could be $200 and it'd be more than you would make
It
in
wasn't
your-
a lot, but like, you know, like
A couple thousand? Or?
yeah, it just wasn't a lot in track and field. So
That's still
it was
great.
a lot for me then. But anyway, it's just funny.
That reminds
Just
me of
funny.
that. You know the Antonio bet?
Oh, the peeing thing?
The same thing, yeah.
Oh,
but I
man,
mean,
he got in trouble for that.
he did, yeah.
He
And
got
for those
kicked
out
out
there
of
that don't
the
know,
tournament.
it's the Antonio Esfandiari made a similar bet about lunging, but it was
You
the
had to
bet
lunge
was-
everywhere.
They were at Atlantis for the PCA, and he had to lunge just for the day. And if anybody's seen PCA, like just getting from your hotel room to the
Yes.
poker room
It's-
could be 200 yards.
Yeah, at
Like, or
least.
something like that, you know?
Yeah.
And so he had to lunge to the poker room. He had to lunge to his seat. On breaks, if he wanted to get up from the table, he had to lunge away from the table.
Yeah.
And I guess he made the mistake of drinking a little bit too much water that day because
Not to cramp. Smart, but
not to cramp.
stupid.
Yeah. So he was at a point where it had been his limit, and he's like, all right, I could probably lunge back to my hotel room if I really wanted to. And he had a big stack. This is the 10K or 5K PCA. He had like a top 10% stack in the tournament. And he was just like, I can't lunge to the bathroom, but I have to go. It's break. And he ordered a large water bottle from the waitress, and he either just dumped it out or he just drank it all, and then he went under the table with the water bottle and just let it go, peed into the water bottle, tried to be sneaky about it, but they obviously heard the large stream of piss going into the water bottle. And
I'm sure the woman dealer is like,
I hear something. Is it raining?
That had to have been so awkward the moment that the floor was falling, and he's just like,
And then he got disqualified from the tournament. They took his stack. I don't know if he lunged to like a nearby bench to sleep and won the bet still. I actually don't remember what happened there. Do you remember, Justin?
I want to say he lost the bet, but I'm not sure.
Imagine you're getting like escorted out by security and you're just like, hold on, I have to lunge out of here.
You guys just carry me. If you get carried, do you lose the bet?
I don't know, probably not. Or maybe, I don't know. I'm sure they had stipulations. It was the prop betting industry is one of those places where the asterisks matter a lot.
a lot of gray areas.
There's so much like they have. It's almost like you're buying like somebody's business. They got little terms and conditions for
Fine
everything.
print,
You know,
man.
it's like you're buying a fucking Apple iPhone.
You got to wear a diaper in a lunge bet. That's
Diaper, yes, you got to prepare.
Well,
Just be
next
okay
time
with
Antonio does it, I'm sure it's.
just be okay with it.
And the bet to Dar's point, like I'm sure his stack was worth probably like $50K, but the bet was for a lot more than that, if memory serves.
Yikes.
So yeah,
What do you do?
apparently you just fucking pee under the table. I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
Did he get picked up from the tournament or?
No, he got disqualified. He got disqualified.
Lost
He
his
was
stack.
86.
But he won the bet, the prop.
Maybe. I
I'm
don't
not
know.
sure.
Antonio, come on the pod, clear it up.
Yeah.
Clear it up. He's played with us.
He's played
once.
our game. Yeah.
He might. I think he was just trying to show some play to cash some chips, but he played with us.
I think it's just because he likes me a lot. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, probably.
We're like best friends, basically. Just like Brandon and I are best friends.
Can be.
Now we are.
Yeah,
Did we just become best friends?
I think so. This place has a lot of room for activities.
Yeah, you could lunge for a while in here.
Poker's just a different reality. I think that's also the appeal, you know?
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about future, Brandon. We know you have a album dropping. Am I using that correctly for the kids?
Yeah,
Okay,
I
We're
wouldn't.
going to drop an
Yeah,
album.
we
I think
Okay.
dropping is, but at
Drop.
this point, is for regular people too.
Like,
Okay,
it's
thank
hot.
you.
Yeah, we can
I
all-
want to feel too old or too young.
We can all enjoy.
You can drop anything with nipples.
Jesus. So it's going to come out sometime this summer, correct?
Yes.
And then you're going to do some kind of mini tour or a tour like afterwards?
Yeah, there's going to be a short radio tour. I have gigs lined up locally, probably in Vegas or LA.
Okay, so but there will for sure be some in Vegas.
Yeah.
So are you allowed or want to like promote any of those clubs before it comes out or anything, or just
Those
gonna-
aren't set yet. So
Oh, okay,
once the
gotcha.
record is cut, it'll be on Spotify and everywhere you can go online. And if you want to give it a listen, give it a listen.
Do you have a firm release date?
No, I don't. But it'll
you
be
have a loose one?
probably about early July, hopefully.
So because of poker being so busy and your busy time in music, are you going to play any poker during this time? Like up till like the album dropping? I don't know why I keep wanting to say that.
Yeah, no, let's drop it like it's hot. We'll just
Sorry,
keep dropping it. Yeah, there'll be like a period where I'm waiting on the master and waiting on the art to be done. So I'll play some cards. I'll jump in there. Or maybe I'll come play your game.
Yeah, there you go. Any tournaments though, or are you just?
I always say I'm going to play just the main event,
Yeah.
but then I end up skipping it because I'm hungover from some crazy game and they're playing again, and I'm just like, oh, do I want to spend 5
Those are the best games of the year.
They're really good,
July
yeah.
1st through like July 10th. It's like you want to be in Vegas playing poker because the
Yeah.
best games are here. Even the public games, everybody comes in. I mean, just think about it, guys. There's 6,000 people coming here to put $10,000 into a tournament, and it's not re-entry. So you go out sometimes. And even if you have bagged the chip lead on 1A, guess what? There's 3 days off. What are you going to do? Not play poker? I don't think so. So
You're going to blast. You're going to fire.
the games
Yeah,
are
it's
great
amazing.
during early July, which I don't know. if you're playing the main event in early July and your album's about to drop, I mean, as Justin says,
I think I
then
created it.
It's
Yeah.
tough to play the main event. You know, when you're gonna have all these people messaging you about your album like early
So
July.
we'll see. I just kind
good
of
publicity.
play it by ear, you know. Thanks for asking.
And one more time, the name of it, Sun and Moon, Sun Moon.
Yeah. Star Star Moon. It's a jazz-inspired songwriter pop, and yeah, I hope people dig it. Yeah,
Well, you have at least 2 fans right here.
sweet. Yeah, we can drop it like it's hot. Yeah,
I hope you do a remake of "Drop It Like It's Hot" on your
I
your
should,
initial
actually.
cut.
Yeah.
That seems like a good jazz pop
Get with the DJ
cover.
to remix that. Sounds strong, actually.
Feels so
I'm gonna do
old.
it.
Okay.
All right. Anything else we should leave the people of the internet with? I guess we did it all. Yeah, we can hit your Instagram again. It's Brandon
Estrada
Music.
Yeah, you could just.
What's your
I'll put it in the links below. It's in the description below, guys. Click it like it's hot.
Yeah, click it like it's hot. My songs will surely emotionally exhaust you. It's cool. We got a couple songbook tunes. We did Paper Moon and Like Someone in Love. Arrangements by Graham Dector and Alex Frank. Fantastic jazz musicians. And hope you dig it. So if you want to give it a listen, give it a listen.
Well, we're on board.
There it is.
Beautiful.
Thanks, guys.
Plug.
All right. That's the pop.
Me and my buddy.
Me and my buddy, we making all of this money. Yeah, I know it's rude to be bragging. They never catching us lacking.